I would like to question Sir Lieutenant General Amarjeet Singh Bedi. We have seen your press interview over and over again, and you are clearly depicting that you are fiddling with Nagaland when it is burning because of unabated taxation. You do not know the pulse of the people. You do not know the ground realities and the groan of the general public. For the last 4 years, under your chairmanship, as the Ceasefire Monitoring Group Chairman, as the Ceasefire Monitoring Supervisory Board, you have commented that we are misinformed in our comments and opinions. Today, as a youth of Nagaland, as a bona fide and a vigilant youth of Nagaland, I would like to clarify publicly on what you have stated. The agreed ceasefire ground rules between the government of India and Khango, NSCN, Clause 8, Clause E, states that the cadres should be confined to their designated camp. You ask any of us coming up from Dimapur, where most of the designated camps are, whether they are in their designated camp, even as of now. This is a mockery. Clause H in the ground rules states that any activity which would disturb the functioning of local and state government and of economic and developmental activity is to be refrained. But sir, when local and government economic developmental activities are happening all over Nagaland, and when some of the signatories are bluntly asking that such activities should be stopped, do you think that they are adhering to the ceasefire ground rules? No! Clause H states, refrain from extortion, forceful collection of money and supplies, and intimidation of individuals, including government officials. It's clearly stated in black and white. But sir, what language is more clearer than English that has been stated and has not been followed? This is total hypocrisy. That the fact that a forceful collection of 5 lakhs from a contractor is not enough for a single faction, then what about the remaining 23 or 4 more factions? Where will be enough for them? Clause M in your ceasefire ground rule states that no camp will be located in populated area. In Dimapur, most of the designated camps are located in populated civilian areas with full compact gears, ready for battle. Are you challenging the Naga public? You have to answer this question. Have you seen with your own eyes? Are you a witness to the camps? Have you ever visited those designated camps? To speak with conviction. Sir, the designated camps are misused by most Naga political groups to summon people, summon individuals, summon business people, kidnap them, and also set kangaroo courts. Clause 0. 0 to 0 ऐसे होले भी 0 भी कोई ना से. Clause 0 states, uphold the law of the land. Which law are we talking about? There are 3 new laws that has been implemented since the 1st of this August. 1st of July, sorry. But the law of the land is not being abided, because the judgment is given by the so-called 24 parallel judicial courts. So where is justice? Where is the rule of law? Sir, is it not jungle law that business people, in spite of paying GST since 2017 to the state and the central government, are asked to pay extra percentages by this dozen of Naga political groups? Sir, lastly but not the least, can you clarify the statement, or have we misread you, misheard you, when you state the statement purely on voluntary contribution? Hey, this is an insult to all the Nagas, to all the intelligence, to all the citizens who have an iota of grey cell. So, it is an open secret that involuntarily contribution are enforced with pointed guns and barrels who are issued through your cards. So, sir, we appeal to you, before rehabilitation, please ensure that those who ever have signed the ceasefire agreement along with the ground rules should be provided for in terms of ration, allowances and maintenance, so that the general public will not be disturbed. So this is a demand from us, and you are answerable for this. As a redeeming grace for you, as you have stated, that as a medium and of the government of India, we want you to upgrade the ceasefire ground rules as your priority at the earliest, to make the review mechanism at Delhi. And we want to tell you that, sir, you are not on a paid vacation in Nagaland. This is Nagaland, where the youth has started a war. This is a war zone against unabated illegal taxation. And before the storm erupts, before the storm comes, it is best to amend and rectify. Otherwise, the supreme will of the people will prevail. Nagaland is not only the oldest political conflict in Southeast Asia, but is also having the longest running ceasefire, 27 years from now, which has been celebrated on 3rd of August, just a few days ago. As we know that stagnant water breeds mosquitoes, especially in Dimapur. So also in the past 4 or 5 years of your chairmanship, there has been mushrooming of Naga political groups. Now 24 and still counting. So, before it split further, as asserted by the AYU president, we will no longer allow you to recognize the splinter groups who are multiplying like rabbits. Ceasefire should not just be a stopover before reaching its final destination. We would also like to question, for those who are here from the Ministry of Home Affairs, why are you creating so many splinter groups? You have only 5 ceasefires agreement, but there are more than 24 factions and splinter groups. You know clearly, and you have given the legitimacy to these groups, and that is why the unabated illegal taxation is happening, and it is the root cause of this factionalism. Is there an unholy nexus? Or we would like to question you. Is it not a sinister design to plunge the Naga society into a mayhem like in Manipur state? Instead of Act East economic policy being implemented from the west of India, why is it war and destruction being promoted by you? Why is it being allowed to be imported from Myanmar to Mizoram, from Myanmar, Mizoram, and to Manipur? The spillover effect of what happened in Bangladesh yesterday, Northeast will not be far off with its problems and its own issues. And the Nagaland state shall not be mute spectator. Do not drag the state of Nagaland and its youth further to chaos or social unrest. Otherwise, a time will come when the youths are willing to sacrifice and make the supreme sacrifice and ensure that there will be a revolution. We will ensure that, like a volcanic eruption, when the lava starts melting out, there will be a point of no return. I would like to address to the Home Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah. Do you have it in you to finish off what you have started? If the government, the PMO office, can go abroad and say that peace and tranquility is prevailing in Nagaland, in the Middle East, is it really happening? Do you have a definite roadmap to bring the ceasefire to its logical end? Ceasefire agreements are not an end in itself, but it's a means for solving our Naga political problems that we all long for. For too long, we have been divided by narrow domestic walls, and I appeal to our apex tribal Hoho leaders who are present today that we are behind you. The youths are behind you. The ball is in your court. You have to hear the clarion call, the cries of the general public. Well, they are longing for, you have seen today by this endless wave of citizens that have come. This represents the voice of the Nagas. We will be silent no more, and we will also not tolerate any brothers who spread dissension among brothers, which is also hated by our Almighty. Since the formation of NSCN, Naga Socialist Council of Nagaland in 1980, splinter groups have reached almost a dozen, and whose ideology is based on the power that flows from the barrel of a gun. But now, when those barrels are turned against our own brother, against our own people, over extortion, something sinister, something diabolical has happened. And the question is, have we created a Frankenstein monster? DAYO also knows the story that the olive branch was extended to the NSCN Khango, who issued the death threat but was rejected by them. And ironically, this group has given up their armed conflict and have signed the ceasefire with the government of India in the year 2019. DAYO has released in the press release stands with AYO Youth Organization shoulder by shoulder. Come rain, come shine, come bullets, come hell, until we reach what we have started, the destination that we can together achieve, and which the Nagas of Nagaland are waiting for. We will ensure
that we will move forward together unitedly and achieve our objectives.